Hey guys, it's John again. We're looking at Anna's flip, so this is the third week, right?
Yes.
And we're gonna measure the progress and see how she's done so far, and see where she's made the repairs, and see the financials, and talk to her a little bit. We've got a couple of viewer questions from last time, and we will see what's going on. So here it is. Let's come on in. Oh, look at that.
There's still some cleaning to do, but the floors have been redone.
All right, floors redone.
So just to give you an idea, to resurface all the hardwoods, they were the originals. So to sand them, stain them, and poly coat them was $17.50.
Okay, well that's not bad. Shoot.
And then I paid $3,500 for all the cracks in the ceiling and retexturing and fixing all the cracks and stuff, and then repainting the whole interior. So this gray color and all the white and stuff has been done. I gotta put the doorknobs back on. You can see in here that my carpenter built new drawer and door faces in the shape style.
Oh man, that looks great.
And he put the European hinges on. I don't know if you can take a look in here, but the European hinges, the ones that are invisible, you can't see them from the outside.
Okay.
And so he's got to come back and finish the drawers, but that's that. And then take a step into that room outside.
Oh yeah.
The one that was like the laundry room.
Yeah. Oh, check it out. Wow.
I gotta put some new blocks and weather stripping and stuff, but I mean we drywalled it all in and
yeah, this looks great. Look at that, huh? I remember this room. I was like, what the hell are you going to do with this
windows, right?
Yeah,
the windows.
All glass. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, all the windows.
So we put a little AC unit in here. Now, once again, I didn't dive into this too much because this is square footage that doesn't count,
right?
Basically, so I didn't do a whole lot, but I put an AC out here so when they're doing laundry, it's not excruciatingly hot, I guess. And then I've got a light. It's one that plugs in because there's not really even a light switch or anything. So we got one with a pull string. We'll hang that up. And then, let's see, what else have we done?
You did the new appliance, right? And you busted out, there used to be something.
There was a fridge.
There was a fridge
that I gave away, and then I've got a new range that's gonna go, it plugs in right here.
Okay.
And that's in the garage, so I gotta do that this week.
And this is new right here, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
And then, yeah, the sink and the black spots and stuff were done.
Oh, nice.
And the granite, so.
Yeah, that looks great.
We're keeping all that.
Man, that floor looks good.
I know,
Look at that,
I love the floors. He did good clean work, didn't get it all over everything. And then we got ceiling fans hung in each room.
Nice.
And then we did new registers on all the HVAC vents and stuff. I'm going through and I need to put face plates back on.
And you repainted, right?
Yep, all new paint and everything. All new windows.
Oh yeah, the new windows.
So, some of them don't look perfectly square, but that is because of the house, not the window. So,
How did they make non-square windows?
well, it's just the house shifts over time, the brick moves. And also, since it's an older house, these are, like on the inside, they're 3 feet across, but on the outside, it's 42 inches.
Mm-hmm.
So there's just a little extra room and stuff, and that kind of allows them to move. So you can't notice in this room too much, but there is one back here that it looks really crooked, but it is perfectly plumb and perfectly level. This is just kind of the office / the second bedroom.
Man, y'all did a great job.
You like it?
Yeah. That is nice.
Then, I mean, see, you can tell right here on this window. Look how high up that is. There's like an inch almost, and then there's nothing over here.
Okay.
But the window itself is perfectly level. So there's a few things that I may go back and like put another piece of wood on top of that and finish it out. You know, some caulking, some extra touch-up paint and stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, essentially, this is about, done. Same thing here. You can tell this window looks really crooked, but it's not. I mean, he showed me when he was installing it. It's that the whole thing has just moved, which is pretty typical, especially on the corners of the house. Like I said, they fall off quicker than the center. So if you have any foundation issues or any, like if it gets really hot and your foundation starts to move, it's going to be those corners first.
Okay.
And so, I mean, that's just one thing, but you can tell like on this one, there's we put this quarter round in, but the reason we did it is because there was a gap up there and then skinnier down here, so I need to paint that. But we tried to do what we could to make it look nicer, but the windows themselves are perfectly plumb.
Yeah, I can't tell the difference.
We put new ceiling fans and lights in each room.
Awesome.
And then I ordered window treatments, but I measured from the outside, a rookie mistake. So they're 42 inches across instead of 36, my mistake. So I need to return these and put new window treatments on. And then nothing's really changed in the bathroom, just paint so far.
Oh yeah, it looks real good.
I mean, it was already pretty much great. We just painted it, and then I've got to do some little touch-up grouting and stuff in the shower. It needs to be clean, but aside from that, I'm just going to put some new white grout on it.
So how far are you from being done?
I'm really only probably about 2 weeks from being done.
Okay.
I mean, I need to get the dumpster picked up, and then I've got to do, I'm going to restain the fence and the gazebo, got a new back door. Just makes it nicer, and I got to put new hardware on there. But yeah, so we've cleaned up a lot of the yard work and tried to pull things out. And I'm going to restain the fence and then this gazebo, but we did go ahead and the roof and the joists that were broken the first time, you can see they've been rebuilt, and we put a fan out and stuff out here, and it's got a light as well.
Wow, looks good.
So yeah, we got to fix some of these screens that are broken, some of them have holes and stuff.
Took down the one board here.
Yep.
And you left this board here.
Yeah, I left that because it's good buffet.
Yeah, it looks good. Yeah, definitely.
Bar tops,
wow.
everything. So there's some screens, you know, but that's as easy as buying a screen and then getting your nail gun and
good deal.
or your staple gun.
Awesome.
And put that up. So we're gonna do some of that and then get all of this stained to match the new fence. But I got to get the dumpster picked up before that can happen. But you can see like the shed's been painted.
Let's take a look at the shed.
Color. Yeah,
definitely. Let's have a look.
Been cleaning up the yard little by little. Let's see. You see, this is our new trim color. Because before I think this
beautiful.
was all kind of a yellow color.
Yeah, and you replaced the door, or did you replace it, or did you fix it?
I replaced that door.
Okay.
Yeah, because the other one and this one as well. We've just got stuff leaning together, but these two doors are the ones that were peeling.
Right.
off.
Yeah, that weird hair stuff.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And you painted the siding, or you got new?
Oh yeah, painted the siding pretty much the same color.
Okay.
It's supposed to mimic the color of the brick. I know it's
Yeah.
not perfect, but
No, it's good siding.
And then this is the same color as the rest of the trim.
Door
as the
looks
trim
good.
on here. Yeah. So we got new doors here.
Awesome.
And then that's the new range in that box. And then these are the drawers for the kitchen. He's got to come take the fronts off, and he'll put his new fronts on, and they've already been painted and stuff. And then this is my hardware from inside.
Nice.
It's like the original stuff, but it was really cutesy, and I kind of liked it, so I just took the cheap way out and spray painted it.
Very cool.
And I'm going to put that back on, and hopefully it looks kind of brushed nickel or chrome, you know, whatever it is.
Nice.
Yeah, but it's crazy. You don't think about it, and then you start buying doorknobs, and they're $10-15 a piece for the cheap ones, and then you start $200 on doorknobs. So it's like, let's not.
Did you leave the gate?
The gate is working. It's all well. I'm gonna repaint it with some of the like a black. It's like a Rust-Oleum product that's used for grills and fireplaces, like a high heat. And so we'll brush that, you know, power wash it, clean it, and then anywhere you see rust, kind of take a SOS pad or a wire brush or something, and then repaint it. So I'll do that as well for the black on that.
Cool. Let's walk around the outside.
Yeah. And then you can tell all these windows look nice.
Yep. Windows look brand new.
And then a lovely dumpster needs to get picked up.
When is that scheduled, or not yet?
It's not scheduled as of now, but I'm going to call them today. Something to remember is they're usually 2 or 3 days out.
Yep.
So if I call them today, it's probably going to be Thursday or Friday before they can come out anyway. So anyway, this was that glass room.
Yeah,
so
the big
roof
difference.
done.
Wow.
And then we, this is all Hardy Backer siding, and put that up. I need to button it up with some little 1x2 pieces and make it look flush. But yeah, the rest of it's been done. It's all painted, and
Yeah,
then the inside
good.
was that white room.
That looks good. I mean, this looks like a completely new house.
Doesn't it look good?
Yeah, it looks fantastic.
Thank you. I think we're about 17,000 in out of our $20,000 budget.
Okay.
I paid to get a few extra things done. I thought I was going to paint the inside of the house, and then I thought, well, that seems daunting, so I don't want to do that. So I paid someone else to do it. I was going to hang this hardy backer. No, forget that. I paid someone else to do it. So, I mean, I've kind of got to pick and choose what I wanted to do on this project, but we're still under budget as of now. I've probably got maybe another $500 to $1,000 worth of some landscaping stuff and plants and just some little details and stuff on the inside, but we should be probably all in about 18.5.
Oh wow, under budget, huh?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah,
wow, that never happens.
Right, it does not.
Never
I worked
happens
hard
to me.
to figure out how to make that happen.
Well, that's because so that's because you're experienced in the as a GC, which leads me to a
question.
viewer question.
Okay.
Betty Ratchko from Las Vegas.
Hello, Betty from Las Vegas.
She wishes she had your skills, but she would, and she's looking forward to seeing the results, which I think we're almost there.
We're almost there.
One more time, I think, and
Yep.
we'll be done. She wants to. She'd love hearing about tips working with subcontractors.
Ooh.
Because we're not GCs. You're GC. We're
Right.
not. So, what kind of tips and tricks?
The best thing I can say is, wow, it is hard sometimes. I've gone through many of them myself. I've hired and fired tons of people. I finally have good people now, but it's almost 4 years later, so I've had to go through tons of crappy people first, unfortunately. But the main thing I could tell you is always keep enough money. Like, let's say you're gonna pay $2,000 for paint. Tell them, I'm gonna give you $1,000 up front and $1,000 when you're done. They can have $1,000, go buy all their paint, all their materials and stuff, and they'll get started. But when they start asking you for money and like things aren't done, don't pay them yet. Don't feel bad. It doesn't matter whose birthday it is. It doesn't matter what's going on. It doesn't matter, because in the end, if they run off and they don't finish it, you need to protect yourself by having enough money in reserve that you can hire someone else to come in and finish and not lose money. You know, does that make sense?
Yep,
So
yep.
I would say that's one of the biggest things. And then second of all, when you're dealing with subcontractors, I mean, it kind of depends on your role in this, and I'm not sure exactly what that would be, but, you know, ITIN numbers and social security numbers and stuff like that, if you're paying them, basically you're general contracting your own project, for example, and then you're going to hire subcontractors, anybody that you pay over $600, you're supposed to 1099 them. So if you're paying cash for a bunch of stuff, it looks like you made a bunch of money, but if you're not turning around and writing that off on your taxes correctly, then really it just looks like I got $20,000 for a budget and then I didn't give any of it away. Now, of course, you're going to have receipts and stuff for your materials, for some of your products, but that's the other big thing. And if they tell you, they'll find a way. I mean, if they tell you they don't have a social or ITIN, which is a independent tax identification number. A lot of people that are foreign get given those instead of a social, but it's still 9 digits and the whole thing. And it's for them to pay taxes with. So if they don't have that, but you would have them fill out a W-4 with their information on it, just like you do when you get a new job and it's W-2, that part doesn't matter, but it's a W-4 that they fill out, and then you're going to send them a miscellaneous 1099 form at the end on taxes. So, you know, for me, I started adding up my taxes last year when I was paying everyone out and sending out everyone's stuff at the beginning of the year. And I mean, I paid out hundreds of thousands of dollars in labor last year. Well, I'm not paying taxes for that.
Right.
So my encouragement to you is just anybody you pay over $600, you're supposed to, you know, technically 1099 them. I'm sure there's a million ways you can weasel it and write it off other ways, but when you're doing a lot of business like I am, it becomes really difficult to write off that amount of money, and then it just looks like it went in your pocket, even though you can show that it didn't. If you didn't collect the right information, I'm pretty sure the IRS is still going to tell you it's your responsibility. So I would say make sure that you're not paying their taxes, and then you know, just as far as payments and stuff go, just always keep even on a big project, I'll keep like the final 10%. Like if it's a $50,000 project, the final 10% is only $5,000. But for $5,000, I can pretty much hire anybody that needs to be hired to finish it up. You know, if that's the little touch-up stuff that's not done. Ask them for pictures, and more so than pictures, because people can steal them off the internet and act like it's theirs. They do it all the time. Ask for a reference that you can call. someone that they've done work in their house, and maybe even ask them if you can go over and look at their bathroom or whatever it is to see the quality and kind of what it goes. And it sounds weird sometimes, but if they hired that individual and they're proud of it, I've never had one person say, no, you can't come over and look. Everybody I've ever talked to, whether I went or I sent someone else to look, they've been like, oh yeah, because you build that relationship, you know, and you want to share good assets that you find, and the guys appreciate the work and, you know, stuff like that. So anyway, I would say if you're debating whether or not to actually hire someone, you can look at pictures and stuff, and that's good. But even aside from that, you know, ask for a reference, and then either call them or have them send you pictures on their phone, or go over and look at it yourself, or whatever. Those are just some things I've done to help ease other people's concerns before.
So if I don't have good understanding of prices and how much things cost, would you suggest I just go out and bid 3 GCs, or would you suggest that I go out and be a GC myself and go out and bid several subcontractors, or something different?
I would, you know, being the GC part of it yourself is kind of tricky, because it's like, really, how much? I mean, if you want to GC it yourself, it is not impossible. It is totally possible. I'm not trying to say that it's not. If I can do it, anybody can do it. It's not rocket science, but it does involve a lot of your time. So if you're not wanting to really be a part of it, if you don't want to babysit 40-year-old men, if that's not your forte, then just give, you know, a general contractor company the money and let them do whatever. Just don't be involved. Now, if you want to be involved, my suggestion would be is, when I don't know how much, there's still things people ask me to do, and I have no idea what it should cost. So I go to homewise.com. It's HOMEWYSE.com. And it has everything from installation to materials, whatever, and you can put in your zip code. So it will give you the minimum price per square foot or linear foot, whatever it is. But you order your zip code, or you enter your zip code, and then, you know, how many square feet are getting painted? Well, measure the house times 8 feet tall. There's your square footage. Put the square footage in the blank. And then based on your square footage or linear footage or whatever the calculation is, and your zip code, it will give you the cheap end and it will give you the expensive end. So if it's $1 a square foot on the cheap end and $3 a square foot on the expensive end, I usually try and go, okay, well, the average is $2. So I know that that should get me very fair, very middle ground, you know, not super high end. When you're doing flips, you're usually not doing really high end. But that way, if you have no idea what a house should be for interior paint, do that, get a number in your head that's the average, so that's the middle, and then just know in your head that's not what you're going over. That's your max that you're going to spend, because you should be able to find someone that will do it for, you know, equal to or lesser that amount.
Right.
And so, but don't tell them that amount either. That's another tip I would say about dealing with subcontractors, is don't say, well, I got $2,000 for paint. Don't just say, you know, I only have, you know, I do have a budget, so we got to make sure it works, so give me your best number.
Gotcha.
And then they're going to say 1,800, and you're like, all right, let's go, you know, like, that's it.
Okay,
that's
good.
that's basically about it.
Awesome, thank you. So I get a lot of questions about using my 401k. Now, we talked a little bit about it, and I don't know if you have any suggestions, but how would, I know that we can't use our own 401k.
Right, you cannot use a 401k okay, I have a 401k, but I just started it, so I don't know everything at all. But if you ever need connections, I have them. So anyway, but I started a 401k. I can't use it to benefit me.
Right.
John here can borrow my money out of my 401k, because yes, it's going to benefit me, but I didn't take the money out and give it to myself to then give myself interest. You know, you can't like double dip, if you will. So John can borrow my money. Other people can borrow my money, but I can't pull it out because a 401k isn't in a business name. It's in your name. You can't, I asked, you can't put it in a business name, which makes sense, but I didn't know. I thought it was worth asking. So it's in a personal name. So but this house is in an LLC name, but who's the owner of the LLC? Me.
Right.
And who's the manager? So if I ever got audited, et cetera, and I took money out of my 401k and put it in here, and then that 401k grew money, and then I put it back in, I'm going to get in trouble, because you can't take your money out to benefit yourself. You can let a friend borrow it. You can, you know, give it to another investor. You could, you know, a wife could, I don't know the
Wife
details
can't
on
do it,
this.
yeah.
Wife can't, oh yeah,
No,
you
wife
can't do
do it.
anything vertically or down. So
Right.
you can't do wife, you can't do husband, you can't do parents, and you can't do kids.
Right.
Now, if you had a second cousin or you had just a friend of the family
You
or
can
whatever.
do your brother or sister, that's weird, but
Yeah.
you can't do your
Yep,
mom or dad.
exactly.
Yeah.
So if you have money in a 401k and you want to invest it, particularly that money, is I would start working with someone else and let them help you grow that money to where you get enough where you put the money back in the 401k, but you still have enough to go do what you need to. But for a while, if that's the only money that you have, which is still great as opposed to nothing, but if that's what you have, you're going to have to partner with someone unless you have a sibling that they could buy the house and that's what they were doing. But if they work an office job, you know, I mean, I don't know. You want to be real careful with that. And I don't know all the rules. I just know that you're probably going to have to partner with someone and make your 401k make you money, and then use the money you've made to keep going yourself and put the rest of the money back in your 401k.
Awesome. Thank you very much. I appreciate you coming by.
Yeah.
I appreciate me letting me come by.
Yes, John. Thank you.
And checking out the house on week 3.
Yep.
And
We got another week or two left, and that
Okay.
should be it. One more walk. And
one
we
more
should be
walk
done.
and we're done.
Yeah.
All right. Any final thoughts?
No. Thanks
All
for
right.
the interest and thanks for
Yeah.
watching. Thanks, guys.
Awesome. You got any questions? Awesome. All right. Great.
Bye.
All right. So we checked out the house one more time. I think we're done, and we're seeing the progress. Looks beautiful. As always, if you like it, like, subscribe, comment, leave a message. What do you want to ask Anna? We got one more time with her, and we'll see where we're going to. And as always, be a light, speak truth, and change lives. And I wish you much success in your business and in life. Peace out.